In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 best auctionable cards at each position right now in my team. So the top 5 best auctionable point guards, top 5 best auctionable shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. So if you guys don't know what I mean by auctionable, it's going to be any card you guys can buy off the auction house. So no free cards, no lock-in cards like Manute Bol, Terry Dischinger, and then like I said, no free cards like Rick Smith or Michael Finley, any of those names. But these are pretty much going to be the top 5 cards at each position that you guys can buy off the auction house. So talking about the top 5 auctionable point guards in the game, I think you got to go Nikola Jokic at the number 1 spot. Still 6'11" at that point guard spot, 7'3" wingspan, an elite level defender, really good size. He can defend. He's got a great jump shot with the Eric Paschall base, Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, and there's really nothing not to like about Nikola Jokic. He does everything so well that you need from a point guard. He's got the size, the defense, the rebounding, the jump shot, the dribble sigs, I mean the playmaking. Everything about Nikola Jokic is amazing for a point guard. Now at the number 2 spot, I actually have Invincible Cade over Ben Simmons. Now I know that might sound crazy, and I can definitely see why people would put Ben Simmons over Cade, but I think Cade's slightly better as an overall card than Ben Simmons. I will say though, Ben Simmons definitely going to be the 3rd best auctionable point guard because he's 6'11" at the 1 with great defense, but Cade's still 6'8", 7'1" wingspan, also does have a great player model. Stats are going to be better for Cade, nothing too crazy, but a little bit better across the board. He's also going to have more Hall of Fame badges, especially for shooting, you know, getting blinders, which is nice, slippery off ball, defensively, even gets Hall of Fame chase on artists, you know, rebound chaser over Ben Simmons. Playmaking wise, you know, break starter, bailout's a little bit of a difference. He gets Giant Slayer, nothing too crazy when it comes to the finishing badges. Does get Rise Up, which is pretty good on Hoff, but the main thing comes down to the animations. I think he's got way better dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up in the tray escape. He moves a lot better on the court than Ben Simmons with the ball in his hands, and I think he's got a way better jump shot. Like, that's not even a debate. Cade's jump shot is 10 times better. So I think all around as a point guard, I prefer Cade a little bit over Ben Simmons, but I could definitely see why, you know, people would still stick with Ben Simmons at the number 2 spot just because of his size and his player model at that point guard position. So I do have Jokic at 1, Cade at 2, and Ben Simmons at 3. Now for the 4th best auctionable point guard in the game, I actually have, I just completely butchered the spelling, but I actually have the new point guard, Amen Thompson. I was super impressed by this card. Like, I was absolutely blown away by just how good Amen Thompson was at point guard. 6'7" at the 1, 7-foot wingspan. This card's stats are going to be amazing across the board, but probably my favorite thing about this card is his animations. The Derrick Rose base, Steph Curry upper on very quick timing is such an elite level jump shot. He's got some of the best dribble sigs in the game with this defense. His size up, the Curry escape, aim behind the back, amazing defensive tendencies, like all maxed out at 100. He gets the craziest dunk packages. I mean, I think Amen Thompson is a top 5 point guard in the game, especially when we're talking about auctionable point guards. And then for that number 5 spot, I wasn't really sure who to go with. There's Anthony Black from the next set. There's LaMelo Ball Invincible, MJ Invincible, Luka Doncic, Magic, probably tons of other point guards I'm not even mentioning as well. Wes Unseld potentially. I'm gonna go Luka though because of his offense. I really do like this Luka Doncic card. The more that I've used him, I recently just added him to my team and I've been running Luka a ton, and he's so good offensively. I would say he's still the best offensive point guard in the game with that jump shot of the KPJ base and the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. So yeah, these are going to be my top 5 auctionable point guards in the game. Now to go on to the top 5 auctionable shooting guards, you guys know who 1 and 2 is going to be. I think it's very obvious. Kevin Durant at 2, and Kevin Durant at 1, and Tracy McGrady at 2. I mean, I don't think I really need to even explain, you know, Kevin Durant. He's an endgame 6'10" at the shooting guard position, 7'4" wingspan, maxed out stats, maxed out badges, one of the fastest and best jump shots in the game, really good dribble sigs, the best dunk packages, maxed out defensive tendencies. I mean, everything about Kevin Durant is pretty much maxed out. And then you got Invincible T-Mac, basically a perfect shooting guard, really good jump shot, great dribble sigs. I do think for sure is going to be the 2nd best auctionable shooting guard. Now for the number 3 spot, you guys hate this for me. That didn't make any sense, but you guys hate that I always put LeBron at number 3, so I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna put LeBron as the 3rd best shooting guard. I think personally he is the 3rd best shooting guard. I know everyone disagrees. whatever, you disagree, but yeah, I do have LeBron just because of his size as the third best auctionable shooting guard. It's really funny. I love seeing your guys' comments. Everyone flaming me for putting LeBron super high on these lists. I kind of do like it. I find it funny. But yeah, anyways, I think LeBron the third best shooting guard, especially for being auctionable. At the number 4 spot, I still got Tim Thomas, a 6'10" 2 guard, really good jump shot, great offensively, still got to be a top 5 auctionable shooting guard. And then at the number 5 spot, to round out the top 5 auctionable shooting guards, I have the other Thompson twin, and that's going to be Asar Thompson. This man is an absolute baller. 6'7" at shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan. He's got great stats, just like his twin, just like his twin Amen Thompson, and he's also got such a good jump shot. The O'Shea base, Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing is an elite level release. He's also got some of the best dribble sigs, the D-Rose size up, the tray escape. He's got those crazy elite level dunk packages, and also almost maxed out defensive tendencies. So yeah, that's going to be my top 5 auctionable shooting guards. Now to go on to the top 5 auctionable small forwards. You guys know who's coming in at the number 1 spot, and that is going to be the best card in the game, the most overpowered card we've seen in a while, maybe even in Myteam history, and that's going to be Invincible Victor Wembanyama. 7'5" at that small forward position, 8-foot wingspan, one of the best player models in the game, 99 every single stat, almost maxed out Hall of Fame badges. He's got maxed out defensive tendencies. His jump shot's actually really good with the Kyle Kuzma base and the Tim Duncan upper on very quick timing. He's got the tray fade, Steve Francis size up, tray escape, staying behind the back. Like, this card should not be moving as good as he does for a card that's 7'5" and can play the small forward position with an 8-foot wingspan. I mean, this Victor card, if you guys haven't seen him, haven't used him, he is so overpowered, and I would say easily is the best auctionable small forward. Now at the number 2 spot, definitely still a really good small forward, and the fact that Hero Bull is now demoted to the second best small forward in the game is kind of crazy, because he's still 7'2" at the 3, 7'7" wingspan, amazing all-around card. He moves well, he's got a solid jump shot, and he's an elite level defender. At the number 3 spot, can't believe I'm saying this, but an endgame card, in my opinion, is only the 3rd or 4th best card at his respective position, and that's going to be Paolo Banchero. I think he's actually really underrated at small forward, because I know a lot of people were talking about Victor and all the next cards. I wasn't really talking too much about Paolo Banchero for a reason, because Victor was so hyped and deserving of the hype and how good he was and how good he is in game. But yeah, Paolo Banchero I still think is an elite level small forward, 6'10" at the 3, 7-foot wingspan, just like Kevin Durant, maxed out stats and badges. Just like Kevin Durant with the animations, he's gonna have the same jump shot as KD, same dribble sigs. He's just Kevin Durant, but at the small forward spot. So I do think he's gonna be the 3rd best auctionable small forward in the game. Now for number 4 and number 5, kind of takes a little bit of a drop off. I got Bird at 4, and then I do have LeBron at the number 5 spot. Bird, good jump shot, great dribble sigs, and play solid defense. And then LeBron is going to be a top level defender at that small forward position. So these are going to be my top 5 best auctionable small forwards. Now to go on to the top 5 best auctionable power forwards. I won't be doing Victor again, just because there's going to be so many Victors in these top 5s, and I think for this card you probably just want to play him at small forward. So I do think Shaq is the best auctionable power forward in the game. Now if you wanted to include Victor, his Invincible, he would for sure be in this top 5, but I want to actually include his next card, and he'll be in this top 5 somewhere in here. But yeah, Invincible Shaq, 7'1" at that power forward position, and we know what the Diesel can do. 7'1", 7'7" wingspan, has an elite level jump shot, Montrezl Harrell base, John Wall upper on very quick timing. That's the main thing about Shaq, is they did give him a way better jump shot than what he normally has. So I do think Shaq is going to be the best auctionable power forward. At the number 2 spot, I got Kristaps Porzingis, 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, still a really good jump shot, great defender, pretty quick for a Kristaps card, and I really like him as a pick and pop power forward. At the number 3 spot, this is where, like I said, I wanted to include the next Victor Wembanyama, because yes, he's a lot worse of a card because he doesn't have the maxed out stats, he doesn't have the glitchy jump shot, he does still have some pretty good dribble sigs, but nothing crazy. So he's a much worse card than the Invincible, like the Vucevic base, Tim Duncan upper. He's only got the DeMar size up, the Kobe escape, so he's definitely a lot worse compared to his Invincible card. But I still think he's so amazing, and he's actually fairly cheap. He's still 7'5" at the power forward position and an 8-foot wingspan. I think he's just a better version of Taco Fall. He's faster than Taco. He's got a better jump shot, higher 3 ball. And that's, in my opinion, the main difference between Taco Fall and Victor Wembanyama. Very similar cards at power forward. I just think Victor's faster, has a better jump shot, and maybe even better defensively. So I do think Taco, though, right behind Victor, is going to be the 4th best auctionable power forward. And then for that number 5 spot, might be a little bit shocking, but I'm actually going with the invincible Evan Mobley, another super slept on card from yesterday's drop. 7 foot at the power forward position, 7'4" wingspan. We know his defense is going to be top tier, and they actually gave him such a good jump shot. Montrezl Harrell base, Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing. I would say he's a very similar card to Invincible Shaq at that power forward position, and these are going to be my top 5 best auctionable power forwards. Now to go on to the top 5 auctionable centers. Of course, Yao Ming going to be there at number 1. I would say for sure is the best auctionable center in the game. For number 2, I'm going to go the other Yao Ming. I think you got to go Galaxy Simple Yao, but I could see Victor Wembanyama, once again, his next card, maybe even being better than Yao Ming. Like, I think this next card being a buy now is kind of crazy. Like, he is super cheap on the auction house for how good of a card he is. Like, he's a top 5 auctionable power forward and a top 5 auctionable center. I think that's kind of crazy for being a buy now. And then for number 4 and 5, I think you got to include Mark Eden and you got to include Ralph Sampson. Still really good giant centers, play great defense and bring great size, to that center position. But yeah, guys, that's going to be my top 5 auctionable cards in the game at each position. These are my top 5 auctionable point guards, top 5 auctionable shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my rankings? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.